Castlevania. This game is one of the all-time classics for the Nintendo, and the first installment of one of the most famous franchises of all time. I loved playing Castlevania as a kid, and what I really liked is the gothic horror feel of this game. There's nothing better than battling through all the levels with a whip like Indiana Jones. Whipping candles to get items or upgrading your whip was never questioned as a child, but now when I look back on it, that's kinda weird and doesn't make any sense at all. Also, all those hearts you collect, they don't give you health. They're actually ammo for your sub-weapons. Go figure. But ignore this. This is 2D platforming at its best. The level 1 boss is a giant bat. I find throwing lots of axes at it will sort it out. Level 2 we start to see flying Medusa heads. These are the bane of my life. They put you under so much pressure to keep moving. This is where the mistakes creep in. Now onto these wretched spikes. I don't know why I struggled so much with them as a kid. Ugh. Well, I guess I still do. You could always use a stopwatch to get by them. Ugh. Could have timed that better. Okay, see you later, spikes. Oh, hello, Ghosty. The level 2 boss is Medusa. I just spam holy water, and if you do that, she's not much of a challenge. In level 3, you start to come across these hunchbacks. I used to think they were monkeys as a kid. Anyway, they constantly jump around and just take cheap shots on you all day long. And check out this skeleton, look how nimble he is. He should be a breakdancer. Love that tower in the background. That's where you're headed to get to the end of the game. Okay, let's take on these 2 mummies. I don't have a particular strategy, just a throwing star. Well, that didn't go to plan. Let's try that again, except with more health. That's always a good strategy, have lots of health when you're fighting a boss. There you go. I don't know why there's a time limit. Has anyone ever run out of time? I never have. You always die long before the time gets to 0. Okay, now you fall down a well or something. This kind of reminds me of Zelda 2 when you're going for the Island Palace. Anyway, an interesting way to start level 4. Death by hitback damage. It's so annoying. This is the only reason why this game is so hard. If this didn't happen, this game would be a breeze. Out to the cavern. This next part is like the hardest part of the game. Hunchbacks everywhere. You just get overwhelmed. I guess you just gotta try to run through best you can. Next stop, the Frankenstein monster with no health. Look at that hunchback's bum wiggle, sitting there like a parrot on a pirate's shoulder. Again, spam with holy water. Wow, I can't believe the hunchback didn't do any damage to me. It looked like he was actually touching. Level 5. Look at those skeletons. They're like doing the moonwalk. Here's some more wall meat. Like you would never do this in real life. Pull out some nasty chicken out of a wall and eat it. I'm sure if you microwave it, it'll be fine. I always thought these red coffins here were pretty creepy. What's with all the random equipment in the background? Is this where Dracula made the Frankenstein monster? Oh, poor skeleton hanging on the wall there. And why are these picture frames empty? It always seemed very odd to me. Okay, now to fight Death, or the Grim Reaper. Just spam him with holy water and try to trap him in the corner as long as possible. Oh, what the? Why doesn't the level end when you defeat the Grim Reaper? Why do you need to get that red beach ball? Ha! Didn't get me this time, Scythe. Level 6. The final stretch. Just run past all these giant bats and run into this giant mouth like you do in Super Mario Bros. 2. Ah! Worst death ever. Keep running through this room full of sprockets. I always thought this looked really cool. The final staircase. Great music. I love this sudden change. It really builds up the tension. It's like a stairway to heaven, this. That moon is huge! Okay, here is Dracula, the final battle. Do you find it's always really annoying that he suddenly appears where you want to be? He's always getting in your way? What's also really annoying is when you finally defeat Dracula, he then turns into a monster with full health. It's a bit of an anticlimax. Then you gotta do this whole process all over again. After a lot of running around underneath this monster when he jumps, you can eventually beat him. Collect the red orb, and that's the game over. Yay, full health even though you've beaten the game. This is an iconic scene where Dracula's castle collapses straight down from what it appears to be some precision demolition. The cast is Christopher B, which I presume is a reference to Christopher Lee, the iconic British actor who played Dracula, and they continue this with other famous actors' names for some reason. You played the greatest role in this story. No kidding, considering I'm the only player. Now you get a chance to play through it again from stage 19. The game is just one big loop, except the second time it's a bit more difficult. You see a lot more bats, but have fun, and I'll see you next time.